Greetings. This has been a scramble of a week here on Capitol Hill with all the different things that have been taking place. One of the fun things that they do every year is the Congressional baseball game. The Republicans won 31-11 this year. Just a slight win, but they won 31-11. Right in the middle of the game, 8 different climate protesters jumped over the wall. And the crowd had a really good time cheering for the Secret Service as they tackled each one individually. And the roar of cheers went up as they tackled these folks in the outfield. On other news that happened this week was Donald Trump came to town, and he met with the Republican leaders. There were leaders that voted against him or voted to impeach him last year that came to his meeting, and they actually smiled and shook his hand and wished him a happy birthday. Several leaders, they came together. It's almost as if the Republican Party is finally, all the leaders are coming together preparing for the election. It's an amazing thing that took place. I think one of the largest things, the biggest things on Capitol Hill that took place this year or this week was the Supreme Court decision on the abortion pills. A lot of the conservatives had a thought that it would be a great win for us, and it can be a great win. Folks, the individuals, they had several doctors that brought the case to Supreme Court, and the problem with it was the wrong people presented this argument. It should have been brought by other individuals. I talked to a lawyer today, and the Supreme Court just made the statement, the wrong group of people brought this case. The doctors were making an argument that in the future there would be damages. There were no damages to this date right now, but they felt their practices would be damaged with the abortion pills. Now, what is the situation? There are abortion pills that are being mailed into states that don't legalize abortion and have laws against abortion. And so the federal government and the FDA has allowed these abortion pills to go in. The problem is it kills the baby, but many women have been put in the hospital, and things are starting to happen in emergency rooms because of the abortion pills. We understand this, that the justices said it was a procedural thing. We have certain people that are cheering, certain people that are sad, and then we have the justices that say if this case will be brought to the Supreme Court by the right group, then they could hear it and make a decision on it. So they'll continue. They will continue to work on that case. Now, I've been speaking to a lot of different folks on the Hill and away from the Hill, leaders and folks that are working in different administrations and preparing for administrations. And the abortion issue is coming to a head really with this election. You say, Pastor, what do you mean? Well, in the midst of all that's happening in our country with food and gas prices, and really people, you go and buy 3 bags of groceries and you pay over $100. With all the different issues, people can't even afford to eat. They're charging things on their credit cards. The gas problem. The Biden crowd wants to bring the abortion thing to the forefront. Now, the problem with this is that they've done a study, and 20% of Trump's loyal voters are voting for abortion. And then even they found that 20% of evangelicals would vote for abortion. And that's a real problem. I stand strongly for life. And I've made phone calls. I've talked to individuals. Something you need to be aware of is the platform, the Republican platform, will either be updated or left the same way it is July 8th and 9th. I know some people that are working on the platform committee. I've spoken to individuals that have addressed the platform committee, and we find that they are wanting, there's some folks in new administrations that are starting to want to make the language a little bit more soft on abortion. As I began to study this out and look at it, I went to a website, and you might want to write the name down. It's lifedynamics.com, lifedynamics.com. And I found that this abortion thing, really, it's not about giving a woman her rights. It's really about finances. I saw one statement made that baby parts are like buying auto parts these days. I saw a list of, you can get feet or brains or lungs or liver or heart. And really the abortion argument, a lot of people make it about women's health, but really I was told by one politician, if you stopped the selling of baby parts, you'd do away with abortion in our country because it's all become financial. So I was reading in the Bible in Psalm 106 and verse 35. It kind of falls into the issues of our day and what's happening in America. You can see it happening just like it happened back when the children of Israel intermingled with folks that didn't believe in God. It says in Psalm 106 and verse 35, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works and served their idols, and which were a snare unto them. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and daughters, whom they sacrificed unto idols of Canaan. And the land was polluted with blood. You can almost say America is polluted with blood these days. It says, and they were thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a whoring, and with their own inventions. Therefore was the wrath of the Lord kindled against his people, insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance, and gave them into the hand of heathen, and they that hated them ruled over them. And as I was reading in Psalm 106, it's really a picture of what's taking place today. We're sacrificing our children and shedding innocent blood in the United States of America. I called one individual and I said, I've been reading this article that I found in Life Dynamics, and it just shared everything that's happening. You can print it out if you want. I said, what do they use the body parts for? And he said, well, the COVID, they used it for the COVID vaccine. A lot of people don't know it, but in Benadryl that they give to their children to get them to go to sleep, we find that that some of the byproducts of this day and abortion in this day is being used in Benadryl. I was even told that they're still doing stem cell research, and one lady, this lawyer, told me he was in court and he was sharing these things, and one lady said, we choose these babies' body parts to save other babies. They're just kind of coming to a place that they try to make it right. And I've really come to understand, as a Bible-believing Christian, thou shalt not murder, but honestly, this has become a money-making situation in the United States of America. And if we did away with that financial area, then we would probably do away with abortion. So I want to challenge you to pray for the Republican Platform Committee that is going to meet. They're going to make decisions on what our platform is for the Republicans. I would really like to keep it right where it is. It looks like a Baptist document. I'd love to keep it right where it is. But there's going to be, I've heard that there's going to be fireworks this year on July 8th and 9th, and I've had folks on the committee actually ask me to have people to pray for what is going to take place in those days. Another thing that I would like to share with you before I go, an individual that I was able to be in a meeting and I was introduced to, his name is Matthew Foldi. Matthew Foldi, Foldi. and he has he's a wonderful conservative journalist. He's been on Newsmax a lot lately. Young man, but he has now started a group called Washington Reporter. And you can find it at washingtonreporter.news. He's only in his second week of reporting. I went in and read some of the articles that are there, and they are things that are not normally on the news that he's getting from behind the scene. But he's not a person that is political. He's more of a person that is a journalist, giving us the issues of the day. He's just starting, and I thought it was good. It would be good for us at Awake America and believers that are interested in political issues of the day, just to give him a look and learn some of the issues that are happening. He's right there among them on Capitol Hill. I hope you have a good week, and I hope that you'll be faithful to your local church, and let's see God do some great things in our nation. Please pray for our election, pray for our president now, and let's pray that God will just give us a great victory in November.